Hello there, Leo Rising, and of course all of you Leo Moon people out there. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting January 6th, 2019. And just a quick reminder for all of you, don't forget, if you ever want to get a session with me, just go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or of course you can also follow the links below. So what's going on when it comes to your astrology over the course of this coming week? Well, quick reminder, I know there's an eclipse this week, and so I'm going to be including a clip from the monthly horoscopes that I put up on my Patreon page for everyone to see. But if you want access to the full monthly horoscopes, you do need to be a part of the Patreon, and you can just follow the links below for more information about that. But for this week, as it relates to this week and this week only, because some aspects last way longer than a week, but for weeklies we cover just for the week and this week only, we've actually got what I've been calling the Dances with Neptune kind of energy, especially in the middle of the week. We have the Sun and Mercury on Tuesday and Wednesday respectively, both in Capricorn, which is your 6th house of work, your reputation, and your schedule, in a gorgeous sextile to Neptune, which is in your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as intimacy, Pisces. Now, with the Sun and Mercury, this is a great opportunity for you to segue into maybe working in a workforce, or maybe into a team, or maybe even working with people or collaborators or an audience or customer base that really does seem to resonate with you better than what you've already had. Neptune in your 8th house is all about gifting you with an opportunity to go in a completely fresh direction when it comes to how you make your money, what's going on with your career, and how fulfilling and how stimulating is it to your artistic and your spiritual aspirations and sensibilities. When we have the Sun and Mercury in your 6th house of work, this is also bringing an opportunity for you to get maybe into a better schedule or into something that you deem to be more productive and fulfilling when it comes to all areas of your life. This may come as a bit of a surprise, though, because you may also have to face facts about maybe a road you're on or a community that you're with in your professional life or in your social life that is not allowing you to reach those spaces. But with Neptune involved, whether it's because of a new crazy character you invite into the TV show that is your life, or quite possibly just a shift in sensibilities that you want to make to the greater audience that you have, however you define your audience and the people that you work with, this is a week to take that for a spin. Now, before we move on to the cards, I'm going to try a different strategy. For those of you who are having trouble finding the horoscope that you are looking for, please just go to the main channel page and scroll down, or check out the playlists tab, not the videos tab. However, I did also make a tech support video for people who are still having a hard time finding the horoscopes that they're looking for, and I am including that in the down bar below. I'm only mentioning it here in the transition between astrology and tarot because I feel some people have been skipping the intros where I've been giving all that information away. So what's going on when it comes to your cards over the course of this coming week? Well, for your spiritual themes, we've actually got the Knight of Cups upright, and a lot of you Leo people are being encouraged and being shown where emotional forthrightness, vulnerability, as well as transparency is key at this point in time for you to actually be seizing a lot of advantages both professionally and personally, even where it might not necessarily seem appropriate or commonplace. If we are in a situation where maybe we're expected to put on a certain face, a certain character, a certain form, or hold a certain amount of reservation in a certain group, whether it's social, professional, spiritual, doesn't matter, the Knight of Cups upright is asking you to actually create a domino effect with that level of vulnerability. I've been getting this message a lot throughout the last 2.5 years. Show you're crazy. And I always promised myself as soon as I broke 70,000 subscribers, people would see what I really am and what I actually hold back when I'm, presenting to all of you. Of course, when I had another channel, Scarlet Moon Magic, before I started the merge, a lot of other people got a better view of the full spectrum of my spiritual interests and practice, but now I have no interest in compartmentalizing, and you shouldn't either. This week you will be surprised how well your crazy is received, so long as, of course, you're delivering it with poise and a bit of grace. When it comes to your influx, the energies coming into your life, then affecting everything in your life, we have the Queen of Cups upright. And again, a lot of this is very personally supportive and personally nurturing for you. The personal touch is going to be found in everything that you do. A lot of this week is giving you Leo people a chance to really have relationships, job opportunities, and social connections and spiritual practices on the terms that are organically true to who you are, having nothing to do with market expectations or what keeping up with the Joneses look like or family prescriptive living is supposed to be, or what you were told it was supposed to be, rather. The Queen of Cups upright is indicating that this is a week that celebrates not only uniqueness, but as well as the opportunity to sort of set yourself apart in a way that actually sets other people free. And the interesting thing is that's what happens in a lot of cases. We set other people free when we are the ones who are free ourselves. We can't necessarily set other people free while we're chained to the wall. And looking at the, or acting like we are, or living like we are, and with the Queen of Cups upright, a lot of you Leo people are going to be also encountering people and influences that are actually challenging you with positive reinforcement to keep bringing that out. Now, whether they're offering you incentive, which could be anything, or they are offering you love, or they are simply, again, spreading that positive enthusiasm in the way of actually propagating your good name, or maybe hooking you up in some way, that remains to be seen. But with the Queen of Cups, what's going on is that everyone of you, a lot of people actually this week, it's a very powerful week, are going to be asked to sort of just drop the act, whatever that act is, and you will see how well people are going to take it, and how well people are going to be able to handle it. No more need to capitulate to the pressure that we always have to maintain a certain type of cultural agreement, whatever cultural agreement you're caught in, because with these two cards, you're supposed to act at home with everybody. When it comes to the outflux, what's going away, we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and I kind of like to see this for you because with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse going away, there's something being, something that you're waiting to have taken off your plate that finally gets taken off your plate. I'm not sure if this is an obligation, if this is something that maybe you have been trying to extract yourself from, divest yourself from. The Seven of Pentacles reversed as a departure card, when it comes to all areas of your life, can also indicate the relief from any kind of obstruction or maybe obligation or weight that you've been doing. And maybe there's something that has been obstructed, something that's been blocked, something that has only been actually happening behind the scenes and not in front of your face. This is a week where I think that a lot of you might want to practice the art of back engineering your horoscopes a little bit, and I'll be putting up a video about that here soon as well. Because sometimes we find out that, yeah, it looks like nothing's happening. Have you ever asked people when they came to their conclusions or when they started thinking about certain things, and you find out, oh, it's that day when that thing was said to happen. Turns out it was going on all along. But a lot of you Leo people will be experiencing that this week, I think. When it comes to your material concerns, when it comes to wealth, your jobs and whatnot, we have the Nine of Wands upright, and it does look like somebody is blocking you out of I guess you could say an inclination to be maybe too prudent, too much of a prude, or maybe a once bitten, twice shy type of energy coming through here. I'm wondering if this is a boss or maybe a collaborator, or even a customer that is just needing a bit more coaxing. Now the funny thing is, normally with this card I see somebody doing sort of a no-go, let them be, their back is against the wall, caged, injured animal. But I don't see that this week. I don't actually see that at all. In fact, I'm actually seeing somebody who wants to be won over but is not convinced. And with the Nine of Wands upright, I am actually seeing the possibility of a hard-won victory, especially when it comes to any kind of motion, application, maybe even, evaluation process that you're going through at this point in time. But be careful. Again, it's a hard-won victory, which means you have to work hard. This is not something that's going to be immediately affirmed by what is going to show up on the other person's face. Their disposition may not change at all, or they may be so cautious or so skeptical that you're going to have to practice taking your walls down so that they will get real with you as well. This is a week where nobody of a Leo persuasion or interacting with a Leo should be wearing any kind of special mask or demeanor that they deem to be situation appropriate. The only thing that's situation appropriate is complete transparency, no mask at all. When it comes to the external, when it comes to friends, other people, relatives, we have the Ten of Wands in reverse. And I do see some of you actually taking some time to let go of somebody in your life. It's almost like you're firing somebody in your life. I'm not sure if this is literally you're firing somebody that you've hired, like an estate agent or a solicitor or an accountant or something like that, or if you are just saying, I need to release you from the seat that you're taking up at my personal round table. And I'm looking at the Ten of Wands reverse, and I feel like this is something that is actually working in your favor. I'm not sure if the Ten of Wands reverse is a permanent shift for you, or if this is just something that needs to be done in the now because this person is not who we need in our space right now. And I'm looking at this as sort of you feeling relieved, you feeling actually quite happy for it. Maybe this is an act of authenticity for you, because maybe the only reason we were keeping them around was, again, to accommodate, capitulate, to the idea that we had to, or that it was somehow prudent in its own way. But with the Ten of Wands reversed, I think this release is going to also have some immediate positive shifts in other areas of your life. You never know how chain reactions work when it comes to the metaphysical. You really need to pay attention, study that alchemy. When it comes to your emotions with water, and water, like the old ones, when it comes to your relationships, okay, bottom right here, we've got the Judgment card upright. And a lot of very big serious talks are going to be popping up for you Leo people. When we talk about big serious talks, we are talking about bringing certain matters to a head, whether they're unfinished business, or maybe this is just sort of a turning point in the relationship. A lot of the times the Judgment card will show us where it's time to put up or shut up. I'm seeing that this could be, yes, talks about what a certain relationship could be like, would be like, should be like, but maybe even getting in the direction of making something that's not committed, something committed. Possibly even talking about going into that next phase, right? Maybe if we're already committed, we're going to go have a kid. Or maybe we want to change something about our lifestyle. Maybe somebody's trying to change careers. Somebody wants to change what they do, who they're interacting with. The Judgment card upright is talking about bringing us to, I guess you could say, Judgment Day when it comes to the relationship that we have, or maybe the lack of relationship that we have. Possibly a person coming in to actually challenge that. But again, it's going to require complete authenticity and vulnerability. No fabrications of personalities just to get you through the moment. We all have bad habits we have to unlearn, and that's one of the things that I think a lot of modern, 3D living has done to us. We all have sort of a default autopilot persona when we don't know what to say or we feel uncomfortable. Nobody has the luxury of carrying that into 2020. They should be shedding it. You just better do it this week too. Or you better do it this week, period. So that's your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, Leo. Y'all know I appreciate it. And if you ever wish to get a session, go on ahead to my website, integrativemysticism.com.